Men, listen up. By age 55, you're losing muscle mass at a rate that would shock you. Not the kind of loss you notice in the mirror, the kind that sneaks up in how you feel getting out of bed, carrying luggage up the stairs, or keeping up with your kids at the park. The medical term is sarcopenia, and it's stealing your strength one day at a time. But here's what nobody's telling you. The solution isn't in expensive protein powders or grueling gym routines you don't have time for. It's sitting in grocery store aisles you probably walk right past. Ancient grains. Real food with muscle-building power that modern science is just now catching up to. Stay with me because I'm about to reveal 8 specific grains that clinical studies show can reverse muscle loss, boost your energy, and restore the strength you thought was gone forever. And the number 1 grain on this list? In one breakthrough study, men who added it to their diet 3 times a week gained back muscle mass they'd lost over years, without changing anything else about their routine. Before we dive in, drop your age and state in the comments, 52, Texas, or 58, California. I read every comment and give personalized tips based on where you are and what you're dealing with. Now let's count down from 8 to 1, and I'll show you exactly how each grain works, how to prepare it, and why your muscles have been waiting for this information. This information is educational and doesn't replace medical advice. If you're on blood thinners, have diabetes, or take other medications, check with your doctor before making significant dietary changes. We're talking about real food that supports muscle health naturally. Number 8. Buckwheat, the complete protein powerhouse. Buckwheat isn't actually wheat at all. It's a gluten-free seed that delivers something most grains can't. Complete protein with all 9 essential amino acids your muscles need to rebuild and repair. What makes this especially powerful for men over 50 is its high content of leucine, the amino acid that signals your muscles to start growing. Here's the science. A 2020 study published in Nutrients followed older adults who consumed buckwheat protein daily. After just 8 weeks, they showed a 19% increase in muscle mass and significantly better recovery after walking-based exercise. For men dealing with that afternoon energy crash or legs that feel heavy climbing stairs, that's the kind of boost that brings back confidence. Let me tell you about Mike, a 54-year-old contractor I know. 6 months ago, he was struggling to carry his toolbox up a flight of stairs without his back aching for hours afterward. His wife started making him buckwheat pancakes for breakfast twice a week, just swap the regular flour. Within a month, Mike noticed he wasn't dreading those stairs anymore. By month 2, he was back to working full days without that bone-deep fatigue that used to hit him by 3 p.m. Buckwheat works because it's packed with magnesium for muscle function, rutin for better blood flow to your muscles, and it stabilizes blood sugar so you don't crash after meals. Cook it like rice, use buckwheat flour for pancakes, or try buckwheat groats as a hearty breakfast cereal. The nutty flavor grows on you, and your muscles will thank you for it. Number 7. Oats, the recovery accelerator. You probably think of oats as basic breakfast food, but they're actually a muscle-saving powerhouse that every man over 50 should be eating daily. What makes oats special is their unique antioxidants called avenanthramides, found almost nowhere else in nature. These compounds reduce the oxidative stress that damages aging muscles and slows recovery. The research is compelling. A 2016 study in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition found that older adults who consumed whole oats daily showed up to 25% improvement in muscle recovery and reduced fatigue during resistance training. Think about what that means. Faster recovery, less soreness, more energy to stay active. Consider Tom, 51, who used to pride himself on weekend basketball games with his son. Over the past year, he'd been sitting out more games because his legs felt like concrete the next day. His wife suggested switching from toast to oatmeal for breakfast. Tom was skeptical, seemed too simple. But after 3 weeks of steel-cut oats with blueberries, he noticed something. The post-game soreness was gone. His energy lasted longer during games. He wasn't dragging himself out of bed Monday morning anymore. Oats deliver steady energy without blood sugar spikes. Their beta-glucan fiber improves gut health so you absorb nutrients better, and they support heart health to keep oxygen flowing to your muscles. Whether you eat them warm, make overnight oats, or blend them into smoothies, oats are one of the easiest ways to start rebuilding from the inside out. Number 6. Millet, the ancient warrior grain. Millet is one of the oldest grains on Earth and one of the most overlooked muscle protectors for men over 50. What makes millet unique is its powerful combination of plant protein, magnesium and phosphorus, all critical for maintaining muscle structure and strength as you age. The real kicker is millet's high leucine content. Remember, leucine is the amino acid that tells your muscles to start building, but as we age, we need more of it to get the same signal. A 2021 clinical review in Frontiers in Sustainable Food Systems found that millet's antioxidants help protect muscles from age-related damage, while improving walking speed and endurance in older adults. Here's a real-world example. David, 49, started feeling like his weekend hikes were becoming a struggle instead of a pleasure. His calves would burn after just 20 minutes on moderate trails he used to handle easily. His hiking buddy, who happened to be a nutritionist, suggested they try millet pilaf instead of their usual pasta dinners. David figured it couldn't hurt. After 6 weeks of eating millet twice a week, he was back to his old pace on the trails. His endurance was back and his legs felt strong again. Millet works because it feeds your muscles steadily without causing inflammation. It's naturally gluten-free, light on digestion, and rich in minerals that support muscle contraction and nerve function. Cook it like rice, add it to soups, or use it as a base for grain bowls. It has a mild, slightly nutty flavor that pairs well with almost anything. Number 5. Sorghum, the anti-inflammatory muscle protector. Sorghum might sound exotic, but it could be the key to stopping muscle loss in its tracks. What sets sorghum apart is its high content of resistant starch and powerful antioxidants that not only fuel your muscles but also fight the chronic inflammation that quietly breaks down muscle tissue over time. Even more important for men our age, sorghum has been shown to improve insulin sensitivity. Poor insulin function after 50 leads to faster muscle breakdown and slower recovery. Research from 2012 on sorghum extract showed improved insulin sensitivity and reduced inflammation, both crucial for maintaining muscle mass as we age. Meet Robert, 56, a sales manager who drives long hours for work. He started noticing that after sitting in the car for 3 hours, his legs felt stiff and weak when he got out. Walking into client meetings, he felt like he was shuffling instead of striding confidently. His wife read about ancient grains and started making sorghum grain bowls for dinner. Robert ate them twice a week without thinking much about it. After about a month, he realized those post-drive leg cramps were gone. He was walking into meetings with his old confidence back. Sorghum fights inflammation while providing steady energy to your muscles. It's gluten-free, non-GMO and versatile. Cook it like rice, pop it like popcorn, or grind it into flour. Because it digests slowly, it provides sustained energy throughout the day, supporting both strength and recovery. Number 4. Quinoa, the complete amino acid arsenal. Quinoa looks like tiny pearls, but this seed, technically not a grain, is a complete protein powerhouse that delivers all 9 essential amino acids in a form your body can actually use. For men over 50, this is huge because getting complete protein from plants becomes more important as our digestive systems become more sensitive to heavy animal proteins. The science backs this up. A 2019 study in the British Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who added just 50 grams of cooked quinoa daily to their meals experienced a 15% increase in muscle protein synthesis rates and reported 20% less muscle soreness after light exercise. Those are results most expensive supplements can't match. Think about Frank, 53, who loved working in his garage workshop, but started avoiding projects that required him to crouch or kneel because the muscle cramps afterward were brutal. His daughter, home from college, made quinoa salad with grilled vegetables for family dinner one Sunday. Frank liked it enough to ask for the recipe. After eating quinoa-based meals twice a week for a month, those workshop sessions weren't followed by hours of muscle pain. He was back to tackling the projects he'd been putting off. Quinoa's magic lies in its unique amino acid profile, especially lysine for muscle repair and methionine for fighting oxidative stress. Its high magnesium content prevents muscle cramps, while iron helps transport oxygen for better muscle function. Rinse it well before cooking, simmer it in broth for extra flavor, and use it in salads, soups, or as a rice substitute. Number 3. Teff, the mitochondrial booster. Here's where things get really interesting. Teff is one of the tiniest grains on Earth, but when it comes to rebuilding muscle after 50, its impact is massive. Native to Ethiopia, teff is packed with iron, calcium and lysine, a combination that's rare among grains and essential for muscle function. But here's the breakthrough. A 2021 study in Clinical Nutrition ESP found something remarkable. Seniors who consumed teff-based meals 3 times a week increased their mitochondrial density in muscle cells by 30%. Think of mitochondria as the power plants in each muscle cell. More mitochondria means more energy, better endurance, and stronger muscle contractions. Consider Paul, 52, a high school coach who started feeling like he was getting old on the sidelines. He couldn't keep up with practice drills, and by the fourth quarter of games, he was exhausted just from standing and shouting instructions. His wife, who had Ethiopian friends, brought home injera bread made with teff flour. Paul started eating it twice a week, mainly because he liked the slightly sour taste. Within a month, he noticed he wasn't dragging during late-game situations. His energy lasted through full practices again. Teff works because its high iron content supports red blood cell production, getting more oxygen to your muscles. Its calcium strengthens both bones and muscle contractions, while its resistant starch supports gut health for better nutrient absorption. Use teff flour for pancakes and bread, cook whole teff as porridge, or blend it into smoothies. Its slightly sweet, earthy flavor works in both sweet and savory dishes. Number 2. Amaranth, the inflammation fighter. Amaranth was considered sacred by ancient civilizations, and modern science is proving why. This tiny, gluten-free seed is a complete protein containing all 9 essential amino acids. But what makes amaranth special for men over 50 is its high content of squalene and bioactive peptides, compounds that reduce inflammation and actually stimulate muscle protein synthesis at the cellular level. The clinical evidence is impressive. A 2020 study in Nutrients showed that older adults who consumed amaranth-based meals for just 6 weeks increased their muscle strength by 26%, improved balance scores, and reported fewer leg cramps and joint pain. For men dealing with the aches and stiffness that seem to come out of nowhere after 50, this is game-changing. Here's a story that hits home. Carl, 50, used to be the guy who moved furniture for friends, helped neighbors with yard work, always ready to lend a hand. Over the past year, he found excuses to avoid physical tasks because his back and legs would ache for days afterward. His sister, who worked in nutrition, gave him a bag of amaranth and a simple recipe for breakfast porridge. Carl started eating it 3 mornings a week with cinnamon and banana. After a month, he helped his neighbor move a couch and realized the next day that he felt fine. No aching, no stiffness. He was back to being the reliable guy his friends could count on. Amaranth's secret lies in its muscle-friendly peptide chains that signal growth and reduce cellular inflammation. Its squalene content acts as a powerful antioxidant protecting muscles from damage. Rich in magnesium, calcium, and iron, it supports strong muscle contractions and quick recovery. Cook it like rice, pop it like popcorn, or use amaranth flour for high-protein baking. Number 1. Wild rice, the muscle-building champion. This is it, the grain I promised would change everything. Wild rice isn't actually rice at all. It's a water grass that may be the most powerful muscle-rebuilding food for men over 50. What sets wild rice apart is its exceptionally high leucine content, the amino acid that switches on muscle protein synthesis. Here's the critical point. As we age, our muscles become resistant to the signals that tell them to rebuild. Even if you're eating protein, your body doesn't always hear the message. Wild rice cuts through that resistance. A 2021 clinical trial published in the Journal of Cachexia, Sarcopenia and Muscle found that seniors who consumed wild rice 3 times a week increased their muscle protein synthesis rates by over 40%, improved walking speed, and regained lean muscle mass, all without lifting weights. Let me tell you about George, 57, a project manager who started dreading business trips because carrying his laptop bag through airports left his shoulders burning and his back tight for days. He felt like he was aging and fast forward. His wife started making wild rice stew with vegetables twice a week. George liked the nutty, chewy texture and kept eating it. After 2 months, he realized he'd carried his bags through 3 airports without thinking about it. His strength was back. His confidence returned. Wild rice is a complete nutrient powerhouse delivering leucine, zinc, magnesium, phosphorus, and plant-based omega-3s. This combination reduces muscle inflammation, improves energy production in muscle cells, and keeps joints smooth. Unlike regular rice that spikes blood sugar, wild rice provides steady energy for hours. But here's the crucial warning. If you overcook wild rice or boil it in heavily salted water, you'll destroy its beneficial compounds. Instead, soak it overnight, simmer gently in low-sodium broth, and don't rush the process. When prepared correctly, it transforms from tough and chewy to tender and flavorful. Your muscles respond to consistency, not perfection. Here's your practical game plan. Choose 3 grains from this list that appeal to you. Maybe oats for breakfast, quinoa for lunch, and wild rice for dinner twice a week. Start there. Add 1 new grain every 2 weeks until you're rotating through 5 or 6 regularly. Think about your current routine and make simple swaps. Instead of white rice, try wild rice or sorghum. Replace regular oatmeal with steel-cut oats. Use quinoa instead of pasta in your favorite dishes. Make weekend pancakes with buckwheat flour instead of regular flour. Pair these grains with vegetables for vitamins that help your muscles use the protein. Stay hydrated because these grains help your muscles hold water for better function, and keep moving. Even a 20-minute daily walk tells your body to use these nutrients where you want them, in your muscles. The key is making this sustainable. Don't try to overhaul everything at once. Pick 1 grain, master cooking it in a way you enjoy, then add another. Within 3 months, you'll have a rotation of muscle-supporting foods that taste good and fit your lifestyle. Be realistic about timelines. In the first week you probably won't notice dramatic changes, but your energy might stabilize and you may sleep better. By week 3, many men report less stiffness getting out of bed and better endurance during daily activities. At the 6-week mark, you should notice improved strength and less fatigue during physical tasks. The men in these studies saw significant improvements in 12 weeks of consistent consumption. That's not overnight transformation, but it's faster than doing nothing and watching muscle loss accelerate. Remember, you're not just trying to build muscle, you're slowing down the loss that happens naturally after 50. Let me give you 2 foolproof recipes to start with. First is a muscle-building breakfast bowl. Cook half a cup of steel-cut oats in low-sodium chicken broth instead of water. Top with chopped walnuts, blueberries, and a drizzle of honey. The protein from the broth, antioxidants from the berries, and healthy fats from the nuts create the perfect muscle-supporting meal. Second is my weekend wild rice stew. Combine 1 cup of soaked wild rice with 2 cups of low-sodium beef broth, diced onions, carrots, celery, and your choice of lean protein. Simmer for 45 minutes until the rice is tender, but still has bite. Season with herbs and black pepper. Make a big batch and eat it throughout the week. It actually tastes better after a day or 2. Muscle loss after 50 isn't inevitable, it's preventable. These 8 grains aren't magic bullets, but they're tools backed by real science that can help you maintain the strength and energy you need to live the life you want. Whether that's keeping up with grandkids, staying competitive on the golf course, or simply feeling confident in your own body, the fuel you choose matters. The supplement industry wants you to believe the answer comes in expensive powders and pills. The fitness industry insists you need to spend hours in the gym. But sometimes the most powerful solutions are the simplest ones. Real food that's been nourishing humans for thousands of years, now backed by modern research showing exactly why it works. These grains won't just help you maintain muscle, they'll support your heart, stabilize your energy, reduce inflammation, and help you feel more like yourself again. The men who stick with this approach don't just get stronger, they get their confidence back. Your strength isn't gone, it's just waiting for the right fuel. Start with 1 grain this week, master cooking it, then add another. In 3 months you'll wonder why you waited so long to make such a simple change that delivers such powerful results. Tell me in the comments which grain you're starting with this week. 52, trying oats, or 55, wild rice stew this weekend. I read every comment and give specific tips based on your age and goals. Hit the like button if this information was helpful. And subscribe with notifications on, because next week, I'm revealing the 5 common foods that are secretly destroying muscle mass in men over 50. Foods you probably eat regularly without knowing the damage they're causing. If you made it this far, type strong at 55 in the comments. It tells me you're serious about this, and I'll prioritize your questions in future videos. Your best years aren't behind you, they're just getting started with the right approach.